I met Ali Akbar Khan in 1976 in Bloomington, Indiana. The foundation, which was adjunct to our spiritual community, had set up a course of creating cultural festivals in Bloomington to educate the students and the population of Bloomington in the variety of cultural activities that were, and the richness of the cultural activities that were manifesting in Asian culture, and the different kinds of music and art and dance and philosophy and food that is Asia. So we invited Ali Akbar Khan to come and play a concert, and he came, and this was just when Mary was about 24 and just getting together with Khan Sahib, and she was there, and Khan Sahib played a concert which completely blew my mind. I had no idea of the sort of depth to which music could penetrate my soul until I had the opportunity to sit in his company and experience his music. From that moment on, I was just completely a huge fan and a total devotee of Khan Sahib's, and went on over the course of the next 35 years to see Khan Sahib on a pretty regular basis, and as time passed to see him increasingly, and to come genuinely to appreciate his commitment to his art, and also the quality of his music, and the way in which he related to the people around him. When I sat with Khan Sahib to experience his music, I had never before ever had the experience that the musician could, through the intensity of their awareness of the experience of music happening from within them, could cause each person in the room to hear every single note. One of Khan Sahib's extraordinary abilities was that whether you wanted to or not, you had to hear the music that he was performing. And another thing about his music is when Khan Sahib plays, the music doesn't just come from the front of the room or the speakers, it comes from everywhere. It comes from every direction. And it is as if the audience has been wrapped in this extraordinary blessing, which is the music that he was performing. And so many times when I watched Khan Sahib play, I would sit there with my eyes open, and literally, as he would begin to, tune into the music that he was going to perform for the evening, and I happen to know that very often he was not really sure about how he was going to perform it until he actually sat down and started to play. As he started to tune into the music, I would see the goddess Saraswati coming down in a diaphanous form and surrounding him, and it was this amazing experience for me of Khan Sahib having the capacity, through his devotion to his music, to transform to call forth the gods and to transform the environment that he was performing in into a heavenly experience. He was truly, for me, the most blessed and gifted, musician that I have ever had the honor to be friends with. Furthermore, Khan Sahib was such a fine, nice person who treated everybody around him with, unreasonable respect, sometimes more respect than they were due, and he treated everyone with love and gave everyone the opportunity to have dignity, and he was, ever available to both his students and after the performances he used to like sit over or sit, when he came here to our ashram, to sit in our guest house and receive whomever it was that came to see him. He didn't discriminate. And he would sit there until, 3 o'clock in the morning if they continued to sit there. And he would tell stories to everyone and give love to everyone and be so sweet and fine to everyone that it was a huge inspiration to me. But finally, to see a human being who was so devoted to his music and who was willing to suffer and work and suffer and work to reach a depth within himself that would allow the music that he was connected to pass through him in a pure way because he had such love for that music, was really a humbling, inspiring experience which has motivated me to continue to refine my own work and my own teaching, and it ever inspired me to try to treat every person that I meet with the same kind of love that he treated them. Ali Akbar Khan was really one of the greatest musician I have ever had the opportunity to know, and for the rest of my life I will always live in honor and in some ways in awe of him.